Jumbotron here on the west side of Logan Square, which looks like a circle. The Basilica is back there, library's over there, the whatever it is, the Natural Sciences Museum is over there, more College of Art, Franklin Institute, and so forth and so on. So how about that? There's a Jumbotron here, and also on the north side of City Hall. The one on the north side of City Hall is a little bit smaller. It's not on a truck like this. It's more like propped up on stands, you know, so barricades are up. We got bike riders here. I'm wondering how many Jumbotrons there will be, because the Super Bowl parade will draw millions, you know, hundreds of thousands probably. I have no idea what the numbers are, tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands. So, I see speakers here. Ingenious. Something is something innovation, right? So the art museum is way, way, way up there. Do cross. The art museum is way up there. There might be another Jumbotron right at the site, but speakers so far. Free library, and then Jumbotron there. So we'll walk back this way. So really quick, I wanted to address the issue of lazy versus challenged. I really don't think people are lazy. I actually think people are challenged, oppressed, blocked through forces that they don't even know exist. It's incredibly hard to come up out of certain situations unless an invisible force comes along, and this is actually true, to keep pushing you along, or somehow you get that person into school and go from there and see what happens. It's hard to explain, but someone posted something about lazy yesterday, and that's an old term used by old school people who don't know how challenging it is for people because other people hog resources. It's hard to explain. So, you know, there are people even with Ivy League degrees and they still can't make it, you know, in better jobs or what have you. But anyway, there's the Jumbotron. But I just wanted to say there are also orchestrated communities where people are held up in a certain way, and you can sometimes read a town and know that if someone's from a town that sounds weird, or like, that's interesting. I'm afraid to say it because I don't want to negate. There are people who are slaved out, but they get a lot of money, so it makes it okay. But say you're from Channelview, or you went to a Channelview. I feel badly saying this because there are people who grow up in a very strict, orchestrated way, and their brains are kept on track, period. That's it. So that's not the typical upbringing for most people. So, you know, there are football players, and if you were to go to Wikipedia, and if the information is correct, you will see that they're from very specific towns, very specific communities. very specific everything. So that's much different than growing up in a regular, you know, $2 town, you know. Even Newark, Delaware is considered kind of regular. I'm trying to think if Delaware has any. They started to grow some orchestrated communities, and they look a little too perfect considering, you know, some personalities who might wind up there. But I'm just saying, some people are helped by larger giant entities that come in to keep people moving along. So anyway, I don't believe in laziness, meaning I don't believe that anyone's actually lazy. I think they're heavily challenged, oppressed, blocked, you know, financially, emotionally, everything. A community needs to be in place that sort of keeps people uplifted. So anyway, just saying. And some people learned a long time ago that they needed to be in an orchestrated community. I don't know how they wound up there, or if they're directed, you know, to certain places, or some people, you know, sadly there are some towns where people learned how to tell, like, you know, I guess rat people out, but it's more like, how do you make sure a community stays safe for everyone, so that it doesn't wind up a bombing, you know, machine. And those people get rewarded maybe by living in certain communities. And they're kind of fake-ish, and they live on a certain money system. That's what I'm told, and I do believe it based on certain things that have gone on. I'm just saying, you know. And there's all these people out there trying to live in normal land, and they can't figure out why, you know, someone who's, you know, and we won't get into it. They can't figure out why someone who has a personality that, like, is hurting people terribly gets to look good, you know, in a certain community. So there you go. Alright, we'll head on up here. So I decided to come out super early, and there's a Jumbotron here. There's also a Jumbotron on the north side of City Hall. So it was raining earlier. It's pretty much stopped, other than it being very damp and lots of puddles. So hopefully it'll be completely dried out tomorrow. So, and just like if we can have a little bit of sun, that's a, you know, would be great. Joe a little bit. So they even have the blockades here. We'll go on past Four Seasons Hotel. It's only Thursday. I'm wondering if anyone's coming in to stay here for the Super Bowl parade. I don't know if players would actually stay here, or if they have other accommodations. I have no idea what their housing arrangements are in terms of, you know, being part of the Eagles team. But if they need everyone to be, you know, in a certain place, whether they orchestrate shows like, oh my god, look who's coming out of Four Seasons, or if they need to be shuffled safely from one location to the next, and so forth and so on. We'll see, you know. I'm just going by here super early, and my guess is people coming into the Four Seasons, they would come in like after 3 o'clock today, you know.